Picture someone you know, a colleague, a friend, maybe even yourself. Think about the people you interact with daily, those who seem to navigate life with an enviable ease. They seem to have it all, a thriving career, the kind that others admire and aspire to. A career trajectory that seems to be constantly on the rise, marked by promotions, accolades, and public recognition. A spotless home, a sanctuary of order and aesthetic perfection. Every item in its place reflecting a sense of control and meticulousness. A packed social life. A calendar brimming with engagements, parties, and gatherings, suggesting a vibrant and fulfilling existence. Always reliable, the person everyone counts on to deliver, to support, to be there in times of need. Always composed, never ruffled, maintaining an air of serenity even in the face of chaos. Always achieving, consistently surpassing expectations, setting new benchmarks and accumulating accomplishments. From the outside, their life is a gallery of success. A carefully curated image projected to the world, showcasing only the highlights and triumphs. But look closer. Take a moment to truly observe, to see beyond the surface. Behind the confident smile, a smile that might seem a little too practiced, a little too strained, their mind races, a whirlwind of thoughts, worries, and what-ifs, driven not by ambition but by a fear of failure. A deep-seated anxiety that fuels their relentless pursuit of perfection. Beneath the calm, there's a storm of worry. A tempest of anxieties swirling just beneath the surface of their carefully constructed composure. A constant dread that something will go wrong. A persistent feeling of unease, a sense that disaster is always lurking just around the corner. This is high-functioning anxiety, a paradox, a state of being where outward success masks inner turmoil. The art of appearing fine while feeling anything but. A performance, a carefully crafted illusion designed to conceal the struggles within. It's a private battle, fought in the silence of their own minds, often unseen and unheard by those around them, hidden behind a fortress of accomplishment, a wall of achievements built to protect them from judgment and scrutiny. The world sees strength, resilience, and unwavering determination, not the exhausting effort it takes to keep up the facade, the sheer willpower and energy required to maintain the illusion of perfection. The energy to maintain this illusion is immense, a constant drain on their mental and emotional resources, draining and isolating, leaving them feeling depleted, disconnected, and utterly alone in their struggles. Those living it become experts at concealment, masters of disguise, adept at masking their true feelings, channeling anxiety into relentless productivity, transforming their nervous energy into a relentless drive to achieve and accomplish. Their organization isn't for efficiency, it goes beyond mere efficiency. It's a desperate attempt to control inner chaos, a way to impose order on the internal turmoil that threatens to overwhelm them. They fear stopping, they dread the moment when they can no longer keep up the charade, afraid the anxiety will catch up and overwhelm them, that the carefully constructed facade will crumble, revealing the vulnerability beneath. So they keep going, achieving more, striving for that elusive sense of validation and worth, while a quiet voice whispers they're never enough. A persistent inner critic that undermines their confidence and fuels their anxiety. High-functioning anxiety isn't a clinical diagnosis, it's a term for a real shared experience. It's anxiety that hides behind a mask of competence and success. Think of it as a low hum of dread, pushing you to do more, be more. Nervous energy becomes fuel for over-preparation and overwork. Society often rewards these behaviors, mistaking symptoms for dedication. But running at full throttle leads to burnout and imposter syndrome. At its core is a deep fear of not being good enough, of letting others down. Each achievement is just a brief shield from the relentless inner critic. The signs are subtle, woven into personality. A racing mind, too many mental tabs open at once. Perfectionism, not just wanting to do well but fearing any mistake. Procrastination follows, paralyzed by the need for flawlessness. Physical symptoms, knots in the stomach, tension headaches are often dismissed. The body holds the stress the mind can't escape. True rest feels impossible, even downtime is filled with nervous habits. Productivity becomes compulsive and stillness feels unsafe. Relaxation is elusive as anxiety insists you must always be vigilant. The struggle is constant, hidden beneath a surface of control. For many, overachievement is a survival strategy. The world sees ambition and drive. Inside, it's a frantic attempt to silence self-doubt. Every success offers only fleeting relief from the inner critic. Imposter syndrome takes hold. Accomplishments feel like luck, not skill. The fear of being exposed as a fraud is isolating. Achievements never bring lasting pride, only pressure for the next one. Chronic stress and exhaustion follow as rest and joy are sacrificed for productivity. Health and relationships suffer in the relentless pursuit of more. The person is always on, strategizing, anticipating, never at peace. Their value feels tied to achievement, building a gilded cage. It's a punishing way to live, hidden behind a mask of success. Overachievers can also be procrastinators, two sides of the same coin. Procrastination isn't laziness, it's the fear of not being perfect. The blank page feels like a threat, every action a chance to fail. Analysis paralysis sets in, leading to avoidance and anxiety. Time is filled with safe tasks to avoid the real challenge. As deadlines loom, panic triggers a last-minute burst of productivity. The cycle repeats: anxiety, procrastination, frantic success. Outsiders see someone who works well under pressure. Inside, it's a roller coaster of dread and exhaustion. Promises to change are made, but the fear of imperfection returns. The pattern chips away at confidence and well-being. Meet Jordan, a senior nurse. A pillar of strength on the hospital floor, she's the one everyone turns to in times of need. Her calm demeanor and years of experience make her an invaluable asset to the team. But beneath the surface of this capable professional lies a hidden struggle, a silent battle that she fights every single day. Calm, organized, she moves with a purpose, each action precise and deliberate. Her colleagues admire her efficiency, her ability to juggle multiple tasks without breaking a sweat. She meticulously organizes medical supplies, ensuring everything is in its place, ready for any emergency that might arise. She takes notes with a steady hand, documenting patient information with unwavering accuracy, trusted by all. Her colleagues seek her advice, her patients confide in her, and her superiors rely on her judgment. She's a natural leader, guiding her team with empathy and wisdom. Her presence brings a sense of reassurance to those around her, a feeling that everything will be all right. She fosters a collaborative environment, encouraging open communication and mutual respect. In crisis, she's the steady hand, the voice of reason amidst the chaos. When alarms blare and adrenaline surges, she remains composed, her focus unwavering. She assesses the situation quickly, making critical decisions with confidence and precision. Her calm demeanor helps to soothe anxious patients and reassure panicked family members. The voice of reason. She offers comfort to those in pain, providing clear and concise instructions to her team. Her words are carefully chosen, conveying both empathy and authority. She listens attentively to her patients' concerns, validating their feelings and addressing their needs with compassion. But after her shift, the mask cracks. The weight of the day's events begins to settle in, the emotional toll of caring for others taking its toll. The exhaustion is palpable, etched on her face and reflected in her weary eyes. She replays every interaction, every decision, every moment of the day, obsessing over possible mistakes, scrutinizing her actions with relentless self-criticism. Did she miss something? Could she have done better? The questions swirl in her mind, refusing to be silenced. Anxiety follows her home, a constant companion on her journey, fueling endless lists and restless nights, a desperate attempt to regain control. She meticulously writes down every task, every responsibility, hoping to quiet the racing thoughts that plague her mind. Sleep is broken by fears she's forgotten something critical, a nagging sense of unease that refuses to dissipate. She checks her work bag for reassurance, a futile attempt to quell the rising panic. But the worry persists, a relentless shadow that clings to her every thought. Jordan feels alone, trapped in a cycle of anxiety and self-doubt, unable to share her struggle, fearing judgment and misunderstanding. She fears judgment, the stigma associated with mental health struggles. So she hides her turmoil behind competence, a carefully constructed facade of strength and control. Her anxious energy drives her to excel even more, pushing herself to the limit in a desperate attempt to prove her worth. Success becomes both shield and prison, a source of pride and a constant reminder of the pressure to maintain her flawless image. The isolation is profound, a deep sense of loneliness that permeates her every waking moment. The battle invisible, a silent war waged within the confines of her own mind. She pours herself into her work, seeking solace in the act of caring for others. But peace remains out of reach, a distant dream that seems forever unattainable. Her story is one of hidden strength, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, and silent suffering, a reminder that even the strongest among us can be struggling in silence. Learning to say no is a powerful step in managing high-functioning anxiety. For those who tie self-worth to productivity, no feels like failure. The fear of disappointing others makes every request feel like a test. But saying yes to everything leads to exhaustion and resentment. Overcommitment amplifies anxiety, creating a vicious cycle. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's self-preservation. Start small, use gentle phrases like, "I'd love to help but my plate is full." Give yourself space to assess your capacity. Discomfort and guilt are normal at first, sit with them. Remember, saying no to others is saying yes to your well-being. Each no reclaims a piece of yourself. Boundaries create space to breathe, rest, and quiet the noise. It's an act of courage and self-respect. Beyond boundaries, practical tools can anchor you in anxious times. Journaling is a simple way to unload racing thoughts and worries onto paper. Writing creates distance, helping you see thoughts more clearly. Mindfulness, especially breathing exercises, can calm the nervous system. Try box breathing. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold, each for 4 counts. Physical movement is vital. Even a walk or dancing can release anxious energy. Exercise boosts mood and relieves tension. Most importantly, seek help. High-functioning anxiety thrives in secrecy. Confide in someone you trust or seek professional support. Therapy offers tailored strategies and a safe space to heal. Reaching out is strength, not weakness. We live in a world that celebrates polished exteriors, a world obsessed with projecting an image of flawless success. We're constantly bombarded with portrayals of people who seem to have it all together, effortlessly navigating life's challenges with grace and ease, and hide struggle. We're taught to keep our vulnerabilities under wraps, to present a strong and capable front even when we're crumbling inside. This pressure to maintain a perfect facade can be incredibly isolating. This culture lets high-functioning anxiety thrive in silence. It creates an environment where individuals who are struggling internally feel compelled to maintain a composed exterior, further perpetuating the cycle of hidden suffering. The fear of judgment or appearing weak prevents many from seeking help or sharing their burdens. We assume others are gliding through life, seemingly without a care in the world. We see their carefully curated social media profiles, their professional achievements, and their seemingly perfect relationships, and we can't help but compare ourselves. But many are paddling furiously beneath the surface, working tirelessly to stay afloat while concealing the immense effort it takes. The reality is that everyone faces challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt, but these struggles are often hidden from view. Hidden struggles are more common than we think. They affect people from all walks of life, regardless of their apparent success or social standing. The loneliness comes from believing we're the only ones experiencing these difficulties. This false belief creates a sense of isolation and prevents us from reaching out for support. This is an invitation to speak your truth, to break free from the constraints of perfectionism and embrace vulnerability. It's a call to authenticity, encouraging you to share your experiences, your struggles, and your authentic self with the world. Even if your voice shakes, it's okay to be nervous, to feel uncertain, or to stumble over your words. The act of sharing your truth, regardless of how perfectly it's delivered, is what truly matters. Start small. Tell a friend you're anxious. Share your worries with someone you trust. Admit to a colleague you're overwhelmed. Let them know you're struggling to manage your workload. Vulnerability cracks the facade, it chips away at the walls we've built around ourselves, allowing our true selves to emerge. And lets the light in. It allows us to connect with others on a deeper level, fostering genuine relationships built on trust and understanding. Sharing your story gives others permission to do the same, creating a ripple effect of vulnerability and connection. We create a culture where it's okay not to be okay, a safe space where individuals feel comfortable expressing their struggles without fear of judgment or rejection. By speaking openly, we find connection and empathy, realizing that we're not alone in our experiences and that others understand what we're going through. We dismantle our lonely fortresses, breaking down the barriers that separate us from one another, and find community, a sense of belonging and acceptance that nourishes our souls. Your story matters, your experiences are valuable, and your voice deserves to be heard. Your struggle is valid, your pain is real, and you deserve support and understanding. Speaking it aloud may be the first step to freedom, the first step towards healing, and the first step towards creating a more authentic and connected life.